think what the music represents is just a movement. You know, it's an identity. It's an embodiment of just like growth, honestly. And I truly believe that once you listen to the music, it'll speak for itself.
Yo, you know you gotta stay ready, cause you never really know when your last days when the doors close. Time move fast and the truth cold. The streets ain't nothing but a war zone.
I like to keep things on a positive note, no matter how dark the skies may be over my head sometimes. I always try to look to the brighter side of things. Without preaching, without stepping out of line. I mean, there's no boundaries or limitations, but overall, my music is about progress. And I think you'll definitely notice something different every time you hear it. Maybe something you might not catch it first time around. So what I'm trying to say is I think it's really up to the listener what I'm trying to say. Concrete Word is my 22nd album. In my illustrious career that I have, it's my 22nd project that I've been blessed to create and, you know, contribute to this culture, contribute to the world by myself.
It's good. Concrete Word, 420. Everybody check it out. West Side, bitch. All that size.
What is the Concrete Word? Concrete Word, simple as said, means that everything we say is solid. Means that you represent what you put yourself out to be, what you say, what you do, completely represents who you are. You know, I mean, the word itself. I mean, what's stronger than concrete? You know what I mean? The word represents it. My music represents everything that I'm about, that I've lived, that I've seen, that I've yet to see. You know, imaginations and, you know, everything in between. It really just is a foundation that is continuously building. And no matter where you come from, no matter what you look like, I can give a fuck less. Best believe that Concrete Word is something that could truly resonate with you, and the music speaks for itself. What makes Concrete Word different than anything I released? I mean, one state of mind I always had with, you know, as an artist is I always wanted to stay true to my foundation, but adapt with the times. Meaning that, of course, I always wanted to have substance in my lyrics, and I always wanted to have good production, but obviously styles and sounds change as time changes. And I'm not saying I'm following any trends, but what I'm saying is I just want to expand my horizons as well as challenge myself as much as the listener. Concrete Word to me, I think, really just defines where I'm at in my life now, how I'm seeing it, how I'm going through it. And it was definitely a tough experiences that I was going through that, you know, really kind of, I think, if anything, powered the whole kind of more of aggressive approach that I took on this record. But no matter what, there's a message, there's substance, and there's overall quality. I think this album is interesting just because I really believe there's something for everybody. It touches several topics, from relationships to just family issues, you know what I mean, to have a good time, to the price people pay to escape, and everything in between. It's serious yet fun, intricate yet simple, complex yet easy.
Steven's favorite.
They be like, why Concrete Word? Cause everything we say is solid.
What can I say about the bottom line? Bottom line is, in a sense, kind of like the introductory track to Concrete Word. It kind of just represents like the attitude, the style, the direction of this album. It's like, this is what the fuck you're about to get yourself into, you know? The first thing I say in that song, besides, of course, the saying of what Concrete Word is, the meaning, you know, because everything we say is solid, my first lyrics I say is, fuck the world, fuck your life, fuck what you think that you know.
Fuck the world, fuck your life, fuck what you think that you know. Twisted views, lies been told, switch how the story go. Fuck your honor, fuck your pride, egos get exposed.
Looking in the mirror, all you seeing is a fucking clone. So I'm kind of saying, like, forget everything you know. Because what's real? You know, government tell lies, news tell lies. Take a look at yourself. Sometimes you may look in the mirror and see a copy of a copy of a copy. That's why Concrete Word really represents originality. You know, it represents individualism. It represents the voice of one of the hungriest and most talented, and best believe one of the best MCs that you've never heard before. But best believe no matter what the fuck I say is solid, and I'm gonna stand behind it. So the bottom line is just a true summary of what to expect from the record, as well as what I'm about as a man, as an MC, which is to stand for something, to be behind it, for better, for worse, hate it or love it, but you gotta respect it.
Okay, now you're probably thinking where he going with this. Why he keep it hella raw, but still soulful with this.
The one and only video numero uno. You bitch you.
Just the way of life. I had to put the past in my rear view.
Being number one on Snoop Dogg's Underground Countdown, it was definitely a blessing. Number one because it was a song that I never expected to make. You know, I kind of just randomly stopped by my boy Assume's studio. I had a session with my band and with the producers. With producers after that, they both canceled. I stopped by my boy Assume's house, and he was working with my homeboy Cram Luciano, and we always knew about each other, but we never actually met. So it's crazy how the first time we met, he was working on a song with Assume. He was like, "Hey man, you want to get on this?" And I'm like, "Shit, I'm down. I got nothing else, nothing else going on. My session's canceled. I have the day open." So it was crazy how we made a song out of the blue, and 2 weeks later, it's on Snoop Dogg's Countdown, going from number 9 to number 1 in a matter of weeks. It was a matter of like 2 or 3 weeks. It was definitely a blessing to be respected and also shouted out by Snoop Dogg, which was one of the a legend, one of the greatest to ever do it. So it was definitely a blessing, and let me know that things are moving in the right direction, and progress is the key word.
When I'm saying tomorrow could be your final goodbye, take a look at yourself and then tell me if that is a lie. What we doing on the daily is just how we get by, but I ain't following the orders or assembly lines. Lost in my mind, lost in this life, lost every single motive I ever spit on this mic. Lost with a soul to carry, kill everything on sight. Lost all that be to find out what I'm finding.
What can I say about the new music video? It's not even a video. It's a movie. It's a short film. It's I think something that really takes the song Soul to Carry, which is the third song on the new album Concrete Word, it takes it to a new level. It's one of the most conscious and darkest songs I have on the album, and I think the video really defines it. It really has a suspense factor to it that I never really pictured of capturing it. It's something that I really feel could be a short film before a Tarantino flick. It definitely has a crazy cool feel to it that paints a whole different visual for my music and takes it on to a whole nother level. So I'm really excited about it, and I think it's something that really represents where I'm trying to take my art. It's something that I think movie buffs would appreciate, and I think just true fans of music would appreciate besides hip-hop. It's something epic is what I can say about the Soul to Carry video.
Lost in my mind, lost in this life, lost all that mean to find out what I'm finding to be right.
What's really good though, it's the one and only Destruct. Of course, I gotta give you an in-depth look of what I like to call Area 52. Come with. This that shit I kill. This that shit I real. This that motherfucking understand. Every time I bring to the table, what's that killer? I'm a maniac when it comes to this music thing and this creation of art. I got a couple things in the works. One of the things, I always was in love with this band, the XX. The minute I heard their music, I was just a big fan of what they brought. I just felt like their production was just luscious, just had a lot of layers and ideas to it. that I knew that if I would have, infused it into my genre of hip hop, it could have some interesting results. So I teamed up with this young producer, Youngin, who's a 22-year-old, very talented producer. I picked out 10 of my favorite the XX songs, and we're formulating something that I really feel is going to be an amazing mixtape. Unfortunately, I can't release it on a grander scale due to legalities, but I'm glad to make some groundbreaking music that I think it's going to have a cult following on its own, just like the band the XX has. So I'm glad that the video that Mario and Steve caught is something that is a nice little sneak peek to what to expect from the album. I believe they actually shot like the intro, and it's funny, ironically, the song's called Ready. It definitely lets you know, be ready when that project drops, and that'll be probably later on this year. I'm also working on this project with my boy Hi-Fly. We did an album prior to Concrete Word called The Chronic Blues, which, like I said, was a more laid-back approach, but still some of my best work. So we're working on volume 2 of that. It's musical landscapes that it's all original. My boy Hi-Fly is amazing. One thing I'm valuing more as I'm progressing in this journey as an artist is, I think there's nothing more beautiful than creating something from nothing. I do understand that my genre is sub-based from a lot of genres. There wouldn't be hip-hop if there wasn't jazz, if there wasn't rock, if there wasn't blues and all these other genres that came before it, which people sampled to create this music that is called hip-hop. But I think it's just another sense of creating something from scratch, from your own fingertips, that just gives you, number one, a whole different level of sense of fulfillment, but also just the results. Just to hear something that you made from nothing, just a rhythm that you felt in your heart, a tempo that you just felt. It's a beautiful thing. So with Hi-Fly and this Chronic Blues album, it's completely original front to back compared to Concrete Word. Even though the majority is sample free, there is still some samples to intertwine to make it what it is. But this next project, Chronic Blues Volume 2, safe to say it's something that me and Hi-Fly conducted completely front to back, from the first kick to the last note to the first word to the last chorus. So those are some of the next things that I'm looking really excited to drop. The XX mixtape with Youngin and Chronic Blues Volume 2 with Hi-Fly. My name is Destruct, born and raised in Los Angeles, California. I'm an artiste, I'm a creator of sorts, I'm an MC, I'm a producer, I'm a director, I'm a photographer, I'm a promoter, I'm a true contributor to this culture that we call hip-hop.
Progress be the key word, that is all. Elevate your mind with these lines that I draw, knowing there's a reason for these methods that I brought. Cause mama never slowed down, sorta like my pops. Always on the hustle cause the struggles don't stop. Yeah.